Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted as always to be joined by Chantelle Cameron. Chantelle, just watched you do a little shakeout, a little pad work, some bag work, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, yeah. It's been a great camp and feeling fantastic.
Before we start, I know we had that running thing with jokes and stuff like that. You've been thinking of any more jokes to tell me?
I'm out.
Oh, man. Well, we need to do this. We had a whole plan that we're going to tell each other a joke every time we speak to each other, but we've like, listen, research some jokes, make some funny ones, and we'll come back to each other. Yeah, a couple of weeks' time. Obviously, I've just heard the news that Dylan White is hurt his shoulder, so hopefully the show still goes ahead. But for you, you're still training, you're still focused on Mary McGee. It's Ring Magazine title, Unified World Champion, something you've been screaming for a long, long time, man. You must be itching to get in there and get your hands on Mary.
I'm literally so excited. It's like I said, I've been screaming out a champion for long enough, and I'm finally getting my chance to face a champion. So for me, it's like just ecstatic. I can't wait. Just hopefully it actually happens.
Well, the fingers crossed it will. I mean, because right now it's a good concept of what's going on here. Because again, you spoke about the undisputed. You last year you said to me you want to be undisputed champion. Now you're 2 fights away. Possibly 2 fights away. Come beginning of 2022, you could be undisputed champion. Do you feel any pressure or anxiety, nervousness? How do you feel right now that your dream is only 2 fights away?
I find it's nerve-wracking because obviously it is 2 fights away, and I've got to get through Mary to then get myself into the final. So it's nerve-wracking, and yeah, there's a bit of pressure there, but it's what I've been chasing for years and years. This is what I dreamed of, and for me, this is everything. This is everything I work for.
What kind of performance do you have to put on against Mary for the other two, Reese and Kamara, to sit back and be like, oh, geez, the Chantelle Cameron means business? So what kind of performance do you need to put on against Mary?
Literally the best performance of my career, and everyone says that every fight, but for me, like, this has to be the best performance of my career, and I know that. Like, I need to go out there and I need to put on, show and give everything I've got in me, and just give 110%.
Like I said to you, are you nervous about this? Because I mean, like, you've always got a smile on your face and stuff. Like, you hide it well if you are, but I mean, a big fight like this, there's bigger opportunities. Who knows that you become undisputed at this weight? Katie's still undisputed down at the other weight. You know what Eddie's like. Eddie loves to make a undisputed against undisputed. Well, he's not done it yet, but he loves making the 2 best fights and stuff like that. So 3 fights down the line, you could face Katie Taylor. Another dream of yours. How does that? Did you even grasp that right now, that you could be 3 fights away from being undisputed sort of thing?
To be honest, it doesn't feel real that I'm fighting in a tournament for undisputed. Like, obviously I know that I'm hopefully boxing Mary next week for the unification, and for me that's everything. That's the Ring Magazine, the IBF belt added to my WBC, and I still don't think I've even got a grasp that I'm in the tournament still for the undisputed. I think I've just literally just put everything into me and Mary, think about the Ring Magazine, the IBF as well. So for me, I'm just taking it step by step, because otherwise it's too much to take in.
I mean, right now Jack Carroll's behind you doing another interview, but again, come 2022, there could be 2 undisputed champions in this gym. What does that mean for you, Jack, Jamie, everybody in this gym?
That's incredible, ain't it? Like, what gym has 2 undisputed world champions? It's just amazing. I think the gym deserves it as well. All the hard work that goes in, and it's a good team, it's a good squad here. So yeah, it'd be history making.
Do you? I don't know to mention Katie Taylor, but do you still think about that fight with Katie, or is it now like, do you think that ship has sailed? Because you have asked for it for a long, long time. You went down to lightweight, you fought around then, and you come up to super lightweight. Do you still think about that Katie Taylor fight?
I think the ship's sailed now. I think I'd love that fight. Make it clear all the time that it's a fight that I'd want. I think it's a fight that I'll win as well, but I don't think the fight's ever going to happen. So I kind of just let it go now.
I want to talk about Savannah Marshall then, a good friend of yours. I mean, you must be buzzing last week, and to see her, I mean, devastating fashion. Again, when I tell people about Savannah Marshall, I'm like, she's a girl, yeah, obviously, but she can hit. She hits so hard. So, I mean, Clarissa Shields, it looks like they're going to try and make that fight come next year and stuff like that. But can you see anything other than a Savannah Marshall win?
Savannah, the momentum Savannah's got now, she's absolutely flying, and I just can't see Savannah being beaten. I really can't. I think she's just flying at the moment, and she's unstoppable.
Women's boxing's booming right now and stuff like that. I mean, the depth of talent isn't there right now for women's boxing, but the talent's there. The women that are at the top, they've got talent there. So, I mean, you're at the front of that and stuff like that. So, what are you hoping for women's boxing come the end of 2022, 23 and 24?
I think in a few years, the talent that comes through women's boxing is going to be so much better than what it is now. And I'm going to be glad to be out because I get beaten. Mm-hmm. So I think the younger generation, I think they're going to be miles better than the generation that I'm in now. And I think it's exciting. I'm excited for the other generation to come through, especially because now they've got everything. It's like we're kind of like leading the way for them to make it easier and getting everything in position for them, and I think they're just going to be absolutely smashing it.
Just think there's a young girl out there right now that's she's going to turn pro soon and she's going to be gunning for you. You do know that, right? She's going to try and smash. You do know there's a young girl right now wanting to smash Chantelle Cameron's head.
100%. That's why I need to get out soon.
Get out and retire. Yeah, one final word from yourself then for the fight against Mary. I mean, it's a good fight. It's an exciting fight. She's talking a good game. So one final word.
Just make sure you tune in, and hopefully it happens on October the 30th. And just thanks to my team, Jamie, Nige and TK, and everyone who supported me and got me ready for this fight. It's the best preparation I've ever had.
Chantelle, well done, and thank you so much for doing this Fight Film TV. I'll see you soon. Thank you.